I am a former New York City public school elementary teacher and now an educational researcher working with pre-K to 12 teachers and students in Chicago. I think a lot about what it means to be an educator living at a crucial time in our planet's history, with climate change already contributing to the warmest year on record in 2024, more frequent extreme weather, and a rapid loss of biodiversity. And the impact of climate change is inequitable, most detrimentally impacting those who are the least responsible, including people of color, women and children, and those living in the global South. In January 2019, youth activist Greta Thunberg famously gave an address about climate change that included the following lines: "I want you to act as you would in a crisis. I want you to act as if your house is on fire, because it is." Paraphrasing these words, I ask today, how do or should we teach when the world is on fire? My colleague Christine Schutz and I have spent the past 5 years supporting learning about climate change through what we call urgent literacy pedagogies that scaffold children to read, write, inquire into, and be responsive to meaningful issues in their time. Inspired by some of these questions, we focus on worthwhile learning in schools that elevate students' and teachers' voices about topics that matter. This is especially important right now because teachers are experiencing increasing censorship, and many children, and especially those who are not white and predominantly English speaking, don't feel a sense of belonging and connection to schools. While climate change is often viewed as a science topic, the English language arts can help to explore its ethical, social, political, and cultural dimensions. Engaging with ideas through narratives and storytelling also supports perspective taking, empathizing, and imagination. In our work on literacy-based climate pedagogy, we center the anchoring themes of interconnectivity, relationality, and action, and we cultivate ecological identities and commitments to sustainability. But what does this look like in practice? I'll end with some examples. On the left, you can see images from a UIC nature art camp that we hosted last summer, where children explored the questions, what do we notice when we look for nature in the city, and how might that help us to live sustainably? In the center, you can see children's literature about water justice that I incorporated into an undergraduate course for teacher candidates as part of my work in UIC's Teaching Sustainability Initiative, which supports faculty to amend or create courses with a sustainability focus. And on the right, you'll see at the top a book that we read with teachers in a year-long book club, coupled at the bottom with a unit designed and implemented by a pre-K teacher about soil ecosystems. Across these examples, teachers and children engaged in meaningful inquiries and hands-on explorations, read and discussed literature, wrote and created art. When our house is on fire, literacy education must be reimagined to be responsive to what matters to young people and to give them opportunities to nurture and raise their voices, ultimately making schooling an educational experience that leads to action and transformation. Thank you.